Okay, so I've always wanted to be able to sew my own clothes so that I don't have to buy them. I don't have to worry about it being ethical because I know because I was the one who did it. And clothes are so expensive, and it would end up being cheaper if I didn't need to use a pattern. I could just design my own clothes. I could just see what I want from Pinterest, just make it. Okay, we're okay. I overreacted. That was sew. I want to know how to sew. Technically, I did a term of sewing, so I know how to use a sewing machine. So I lied. But oh yeah, because I did a term of textiles for school in like year 9, but then I left because I was depressed. But I don't know how to make my own clothes. I haven't done it without a pattern, which is the goal. Is the goal. Okay, so I found this online like complete beginners course for sewing that is free, and that was what I did on the first day 1 of whatever. The course was good. It was short, but it went over a lot of the just the basics that you need, which I love because I'm so impatient. I just want to know immediately, and long courses aren't for that. So this one was good. And I just ignored the stuff I already knew. But what was good was she ended up giving a list of all the necessities for what you need. A lot of it was good. Some of which she did mention like spend your money on good quality stuff because it'll help you in the long run. I didn't do that. No. No, I didn't do that. I just used the stuff that I have had since I was 10. Originally, I wanted to make this cute pleated skirt that I saw on Pinterest. It was so adorable. I have a bunch of jean materials that's from my mom because she also does sewing stuff. And I found cute little arm things that I was going to turn into a skirt, and I unpicked it. And it was super cute, and then I just really didn't know what to do from there. I just stared at it for a good amount of time, and it didn't turn into a skirt, so I gave up on that one. I did have fabric laying around already, so I decided let's make some pants. You know, because I figured with the skirt the issue was I didn't have like anything to go off of. And one of the tips that the course said was to use your own clothing that already fits you as a guide, which is so smart. And so I did pants from back there. Fabulous. I laid down all the fabric. It was super cute, super fun. Put the pants on top. I must have ironed it, but I might not have. But I think I did. And then I traced out the legs. I cut out the legs, cut out the little pieces with seam allowance that was not consistent. I think that's what messed me up. I sewed along the middle of the whatever. You know, 2 pants, I sewed the middle together. Then I realized, no, not supposed to do that. So then I unpicked it. That was so fabulous. You were only supposed to sew halfway. I can't remember which halfway that was, but yeah, on both sides. So halfway, that's the middle of the pant. Because the top of the pant needs the thing. Right? Yeah, I think so. And then I sewed the sides. How fabulous. The sides of the pants. All inside out, by the way. Because that's a thing too. I forgot that a couple times. Oh yeah, I tried it on. I was very concerned about the sizing. It was tight. I didn't think it was going to close. Maybe I should have done something about that at that time, but I didn't. I just tracked forward. I just went with it. Maybe it'll fit by the time I'm finished. You know, maybe something will happen in the universe. Okay, then the pockets. I had to cut them out. It was super cute. It was adorable. They were big pockets. I think I cut them out slightly bigger, Basically, how I did that though was I laid the fabric on top of the pants, and because I couldn't figure out how to do this, laid the fabric on top of the pants and then felt the indent of it and outlined it, which didn't work every time, but it worked most of the time. So that's all I needed was most. I moved on to the zipper because I needed the zipper for how far away from the zipper the pockets were going to be. And I definitely should have looked up how to sew a zipper. Like, I've seen TikToks on how to do it, but I didn't do what I had seen. I just put the zipper where it needed to be and sewed it to the pieces. Which I ended up having to cut out pieces to sew it onto and then sew those pieces onto the pieces. That doesn't make any sense. Then, because the zipper was done, the zipper was fabulous, I sewed the pockets on. I had to like hem the pockets first, whatever that means. Yeah, I had to fold the sides of the pocket over, sew the opening, the part that doesn't need to be sewed down, because you have to leave one part open to put your hand in. Sew that down, fold the other sides over, and then sew on top of it. And for the back pockets, I just placed them. Then I had to sew on the top belt part of the waistband, that's what it's called, of the pants. And I did not do it how people should do it. Originally I folded over, and that just didn't work because I cut it wrong, and then I didn't want to waste fabric. And so I ended up using two pieces and folding them together. And I did pin it, but then I pinned it wrong. And so I just kind of held it, and it's not smooth, it's not smooth how like pants would be, but they look like pants. Then the belt loops. I love the belt loops on pants for some reason. It's really cute. It really added stuff. I cut out just little strips, again, using my pants to see the size. I used glue because I'd seen a TikTok talking about how instead of using pins, you can just use glue to hold your fabric together. And so I did that and folded it. Oh, but then I used a pin to stick them onto the pants, which actually I should have just kept using glue because that didn't work very well. Then I sewed them on. Now they're on. Okay, and then I hemmed the legs of the pants, which I really considered just waiting until my mum had arrived home because I know she knows how to do it. And I was just mainly concerned about the fact that I don't really measure when I do things. And so I just kind of held them up and was like, yeah, that's where the hem should go. Moving on to the finishing touches. I practiced sewing the buttonhole on a scrap piece of paper, which they always tell you to do. Practice on a scrap piece of paper, which I never do. I always ignored, but I was like, for this part, I'll practice. I'll figure out how to do it because I have sewn a buttonhole before. And it was tricky that time, I remember it. But then I did it on the practice. First try, fabulous. Worked, buttonhole, correct. So cute. But then I did it on the original. I tried sewing the buttonhole onto my pants and it didn't work that time. So I had to unpick it. And then I tried again and it didn't work that time. And then I tried again and it kind of worked. You have to unpick it to open the buttonhole, and I slipped a little bit. I pressed a little too hard because I was trying to saw through all of these pieces of fabric and I slipped. And so the buttonhole isn't really doing what it's supposed to do, but it's a hole that the button can fit into. So I consider that a win for me, particularly. I sewed the button on, and that was the last thing I had to do. sew the button on. I hand sewed it. I think I can use the machine, and I know I can use the machine. I just felt like that was too difficult to learn. And I also feel like I shouldn't be able to use a machine to do that, because how does the machine know where the holes are because there are different button sizes? How does it know where? So I just have decided that I can't do that. But, you know, can I sew a button, hand sew it? Yes, I guess so. But not well. But I did it. It's sewed on. It's The pants are finished. Complete. I mean, here they are. Whatever. So cute, so fabulous. I have succeeded in what I set out to do, which was learn how to make my own clothes. Clothing was made. For me, maybe not. Maybe it's for someone slightly smaller. But from what you can see, they don't look like they don't fit, you know? Which technically I guess means they do fit. I just cannot breathe outwards. No breath can be breathed. However, the pants are on and they are pants. So I consider that a successful thing. Now, I do want to make ball gowns for myself to run around in. And I feel like that is not the same. Am I going to wear these pants? No. Are they going to sit on my chair for the next month and a half while I put off making this video? If I put off, I literally just mean I just didn't want to. But now I'm making a Princess Charm School outfit. So I want to delete all these videos. So I may as well post them for my sister to watch. Not all the way through. You know? Oh.